When you first begin this video communication, you would be forgiven for thinking, what's this got to do with love? The answer to that question is everything, as you will find out for yourself as we progress. All of us in some way have broken hearts. An early mentor once said, nobody dies of disease, we die of broken hearts. We may not know it because we are so busy in our lives, consuming diversions, work, medicating ourselves, holding others responsible for our experience in life. Those of us who have experienced near-death experiences know that in the void between physical and non-physical, life and death, there resides an all-consuming white light energy called love. Oh yes, this communication is all about love, not only a description of what love is, but how we may experience a greater capacity for this energy. But first we must understand ourselves and how we fit into the nature of life. We all, each and every one of us, has God-given qualities from the source, so to speak, and we cover this in the first part. We will come to understand there are identifiable patterns of behaviour called the four elements, in which we may identify the part of us that is a contribution to the magic of all that is. If there was a generosity, I would ask of you is that you relax, let go of the mind, listen and read with your heart. Hello, my name is Philip Olsen. I am a metaphysician, having studied this unique subject for over 26 years. Metaphysics is a philosophy dealing with the nature of existence. I choose here to put forward an idea to take you on a journey into the nature of life, allowing a pathway to the energy of love. A journey that is both simple and challenging. Within nature's miracle of life, we cannot live without the energy of love. This is a journey that can change your life in love forever, if you choose. Before we begin, place the palms of your hands over your ears, press firmly, close your eyes, and listen. What you are hearing is energy in motion. This background noise, this hum, is the Om of the universe, including your own. It underlies all existence, or put more precisely, life on the earth plane. So what is this noise, this vibration, according to science? Well, it's electromagnetic in nature, a positive and negative force, weak and strong, coming together in opposition. These two forces pervade our universe and the multiverses, and might be likened to the invisible glue that holds all this physical stuff in place. Science calls these two opposing energies time and space, the qualities of which we will discuss further on. In truth, what you hear is your own electromagnetic field. Every living thing, every living cell in this dimension has its own electromagnetic field from within and attached, pushing away, pulling inwards, bright and dull, pulsating energy locked in space. Every DNA in the body emits a unique frequency and signal. All life forms are electrical systems, and we transmit and receive just like any other antenna, frequencies and colour to reflect the different wavelengths of light emitting from our bodies. This is our own and totally individual signature, and a changing fingerprint if you like. We are electrical beings first, and physical bodies second. There is an abundance of information available on experiments to do with the body's electromagnetic field. Science has also shown that by changing a living cell's electromagnetic field, they can alter their behaviour. The diminishing of light and aura is the death process as we know it. When the medical profession find no electrical force in the brain, that's the body, we are pronounced dead. When the light goes out, so does our world. This journey is about the unseen forces that colour and shape our lives and what we experience on an individual level. This is not my story, but nature's, and how all this magic of life works. We will come to understand the true qualities of masculine and feminine energies, as opposed to male and female. There is much misperception in this area. Love and fear are separate energies, but both pervade this dimension, unseen but knowable. Now, personal aura is the absolute key to this journey, and this is why. Positive and negative forces are the unseen force fields of aura, and science has named these unseen energies time and space. These dual opposing energies, called time and space, have also been given the names masculine and feminine. Time, as masculine, projects outwards. Space, as feminine, absorbs inwards. How many of us give one thought to what time and space might mean in our lives, and yet these two invisible forces, as masculine and feminine, control our very existence and how we experience our lives? Well, Galileo, 17th century, Plato, Pythagoras, and modern science determined that mathematics and geometry are the key to the universe, that our life forces are governed by an exacting and ordered law of science. So let's develop a description from nature of these two primary forces of masculine and feminine, or as science calls them, time and space. Here we have nature in geometry, showing the most powerful nuclear power station in our solar system, the Sun, energy arriving to and straight through us and the Earth at the speed of light. Among the many wavelengths of light particles, or energy to arrive, are these little nuclear critters called neutrinos, which play a critical part at our time of incarnation, but more about that later. The Sun's movement around the Earth is precise and like clockwork since time began, day in and day out. This is the Sun's transit over a full year, and note here, this is for the southern hemisphere. Sun is hottest at the summer solstice, coldest at the winter solstice. Minimum expression, maximum expression. Strong force Sun, opposing weak force Sun. In the beginning, Earth was just another piece of rock, like other planets in our solar system. Then, as the solar system developed, it turned out that our piece of rock drew the trump card. We got locked into the golden orbit around the Sun. This very precise trajectory and predictable orbit that our bit of rock got locked into is a unique electromagnetic field that allowed water to exist in 3 states. This is an absolute prerequisite to life as we know it. Not just water, but water is solid and gas also. Ice comets brought water to millions of planets in the multiverses, but just ice or gas alone won't do it. It's that simple. Liquid water stops heat loss that it stores as latent heat. Water traps light as energy and allows pressure in the body to resist the downward pull of gravity back to the Earth. In its gas state it cleans itself, and it is the greatest solvent on Earth. Ice, of course, is solid crystals. Water, liquid crystal. Rainbows are water crystals breaking down photons of white light from the Sun. With time there is nothing that can resist its power to clean, dissolve and renew. When water in all 3 states, solid, liquid and gas, is added to a mix of electricity and magnetics, and we have the perfect environment to allow life on our piece of rock. The just perfect amount of electricity and magnetics here, just the right hum. We have contact. The following slides will allow you to understand that to every man his season, that each one of us has a specific personality and nature, a positive and necessary contribution to the all that is. Now here we add the energy of space. Of course, this is the moon, expressed as water, a centripetal force with its energy spiraling inwards, in opposition to the Sun's centrifugal energy spiraling out. Throw in some liquid crystal or crystalline water and we have contact. An electromagnetic force field locked in time and space, and the Earth locked in a most perfect position in our universe. The Earth now has its auric field. But most important here is that we now have the geometric and mathematical blueprint for the 4 seasons, and even more than that begins a description of the elements of man. As we move on to the slides, let me say this. We don't have to understand everything we embrace in life to receive the benefits of it. A television or a cell phone is an example of this. Here we have the geometry of the 4 forces of creation. When we hold a magnet, what you don't see is its electromagnetic energy field extending from and around it. Most of us has tried to bring 2 magnets together and touching, and it seems impossible. So what's in the space between the 2? Nothing but air, it seems, but of course we're wrong, because there's an invisible energy. So what is this energy? Well, it's an invisible force field radiating from the magnet and is electromagnetic in nature. Well, Earth is like a magnet. It also has an electromagnetic field radiating from its centre. This energy field that extends from within and beyond the physical Earth protects the Earth like a shield and determines what may enter or leave its field of influence. Nothing on Earth as we know it can exist without its protection. We call this invisible cocoon that wraps our world the Earth's auric field. Our own cells also produce this electrical force field, and it forms a major component of man's inner environment. It's a non-material part of our bodies, connecting us with the outer environment. All living organisms, including humans, emit a low-intensity glow that cannot be seen by the naked eye, but can be measured by science and photographed. When we view a nighttime video from, say, a police helicopter, humans appear as luminous white in the darkness. This is a part of the person's electromagnetic field. Every experience we have in our lives is preceded by a thought. What you see and experience must first be a thought. Now this is so important. Most of us probably believe that our thoughts are recorded in the brain, some sort of hard drive inside our head. In truth, the brain is only the program which interprets thought and fires off signals to the corresponding hormonal gland to secrete into the bloodstream an elixir that will give the body a good or bad feeling, love or fear. The point here is, thoughts are electromagnetism at work and reside within our aura. This is the hard drive, and it will be our aura that determines who and what experiences may enter our personal world. Love is not what you see, but a feeling through hormones. What tells the body to produce these love hormones is the brain, a thought, an energy waveform locked in our electromagnetic field. Aura, or our personal electromagnetic field, can be interpreted and allow us to know our individual and very specific ways of thinking and our place in the nature of things. Every thought we have has its basis in one of 2 energies in time and space, positive or negative. These 2 unseen energies of time and space determine our personal world. Every living human being has a very special and knowable personality or blueprint for life, against which our individual world and experience of it is interpreted. We call these 2 primary energies, or way of thinking, masculine and feminine. This is the same geometry as the 4 seasons. What's important here is the yellow axis is the energy of feminine and the red axis, masculine. Remember, all energy needs opposition to lock or trap it in time. Time and space energies need each other. Masculine and feminine need each other, even though they are opposition forces meeting and resisting each other. The red axis, top right to the bottom left, is the axis of the sun, weak, strong, hot, cold, summer and winter. The sun determines time and masculine in energy or thoughts. The yellow and opposition axis is that of the moon, weak, strong, wet opposed by dry, spring and autumn. The moon determines space and energy or thoughts. The sun spiraling out and the moon spiraling inwards light or energy trapped in water, and we have life on the earth plane. But more than that, the four seasons paradigm allows us a description of masculine and feminine energies as they translate into our own personalities, colouring every thought we have about love and fear. Masculine and feminine are the energy body, and not, I repeat, determined by your sex. In a way, we might say there are four sexes. Axis of the sun are the energies of hot and cold, weak, strong. This energy projects outwards and is masculine. Our energy is expressed in time. Axis of the moon are the energies of wet and dry, weak, strong. This energy is gravitational, spiraling inwards, and is feminine. Our energy is expressed in space. A woman can be masculine and be filled with a sense of possibility and hold up when they are between a rock and a hard place. A man can be feminine, nurturing, have constancy, and have integrity in actions. In our incarnation, not birth, into an energy force of time and space, we received our capacity, our blueprint for the incorporation of light and water into our body, through the pineal gland in the female and the hypothalamus in the male. This will be our background energy as a contribution to the magic of life, and to know your relationship with time and space is to understand the forces that shape your life and experience of it. As a time traveller energy, I'm most comfortable operating in the dimension of time, devoting energy to what I can be in time. I have difficulty being satisfied with the present, living in the future reality. Therefore thought rules as the mind dominates. As a space traveller, I'm the most comfortable in the dimension of space, stillness, probabilities as opposed to possibilities. I devote my energy to what is in the present, therefore my body senses, through hormones, determines my reality. It's important to note here that we all have a mix and match of these two energies, but always one will dominate. Once again, we see the direct and equal opposition. As an example of these two energies at work, let's say you are depressed, having separated in relationship. Your first friend says to you, "Oh look, don't worry about it. There are plenty more fish in the sea. You'll meet somebody else." In essence, what they are telling you is it will get better over time. Your second friend says, "Oh my God, that's terrible. Is there anything I can do to help?" Of course, he or she will have their arms around you to comfort. In essence, they are feeling the moment with you. There is no future in this space. A time traveller and a space traveller with totally opposite responses, one based in the future and one based in the now. I suggest you pause this video at the bottom of the screen so you are able to read the detail at your own pace. Once again, we see these directly opposing forces, masculine as opposed by feminine. Identity is your relationship with time and space. Your element or season is your predisposition to how you experience life and relationship, which also determines your intimate relationships and how you view the world. We are not talking here about physical identity. Your physical identity is assured through genetics, where you have physical recognition and acceptance by your species. For all our lives we have a seasonal influence, in that all perception, emotion, behaviour, relationship and career choices are interpreted. We are able to perceive the nature of our own individual choice for existence. with 4 elements of evolution, one of which gives each and every one of us a style through which we can evolve that is distinctive and knowable. This style provides us with safe and specific parameters from which to operate and evolve, to the extent that all perception, emotion, behaviours are coloured by the pattern of our primary element. This electromagnetic identity gets us here and functioning within nature and is specific to time and space. It gives us destiny. Identity is a safeguard. It is definitive, and our evolution tells us that in every respect it is limiting. Identity maintains form and function, but is also what puts us at risk. Evolution demands that our highest expression of our destiny is to alter the patterning of our season, given incarnation. Freedom to experience a greater love and joy is to be less and less determined by your nature pattern. Change, as they say, is inevitable, and this change can be made through love or fear. We have a choice. Let's keep this first part simple. The bottom line is this: there are 2 and only 2 unseen primary forces controlling and determining our experience of life. They are called positive and negative forces, or love and fear. Feminine energy believes that life and love is only what we have now, this moment in space. Feminine, in its most positive expression, is the energy of love. Feminine needs to move beyond the present and must come to a belief in a greater love, ultimately of self, in time. Masculine energy believes that life and love can only be found in time, always looking for the perfect life and love in time. Masculine's highest expression is the energy of fear. Masculine needs to embrace the idea that love can only be found on the moment, the energy we have now, understanding that we only have now. Now this is the thing. The magic to life is this: when we look out into the world, we see only what we think we see and experience. That means that thought knows what's in our world and our experience of it before we do. Put another way, we are already seeing what we are looking at, our assumptions about time and space, masculine and feminine energies, from childhood. This is weird, I know, but we have to think about what we see before we see it. Thought always precedes experience. Everything out there in the world is only a mirror of our thoughts in time and space. So how do we change these pre-thoughts held in our electromagnetic field or aura? How do we have a greater experience of life on the earth plane, as evolution dictates? In truth, it's not about going back in time through processes or regressions and reliving these negative childhood experiences, saying we are sorry for who we are, but instead using our assumptions in the present as a basis for evolution or transition to a greater experience of life. In a world of life and death, love and fear, ease and disease, evolution and revolution, the second part of this communication defines an idea, a way of understanding which will allow you to align with the most positive forces in nature, and in so doing, to progress toward a higher expression of yourself in life and love. Let us allow you, in part 2, to find your true self and unlock your natural creativity and destiny in love. It has given us great pleasure and joy making this video, and we thank you for watching. No matter what your struggle, be it in love in your life, relationship, money, self-worth or disease, we all, every one of us, have our personal negative story to experience. Whatever it is that you struggle with in life's journey, we promise you a way to change your perceived inadequacies and experiences. Take that risk with yourself now. You don't have to wait one day longer. Live the dream. order part 2 at pathwaytolove.com. Thank you.